Today, we will be demonstrating a basic surgical skill which is mandatory as per the GMER 2019 issued by the Medical Council of India. This certifiable skill is simple suturing which has to be performed at the end of the MBBS course. There are certain competencies which are addressed in this simple suturing, which are as follows, where you have to perform a basic surgical skill, you have to describe the material and methods used for the surgical wound closure, you have to demonstrate the techniques of asepsis and suturing in a simulated environment, and these are as per the GMER 2019, and it is a certifiable procedural skill. There are certain specific learning objectives. So, at the end of the clinical rotation in phase 2, every MBBS student by completion of this module will be able to suture a wound by simple suture in a simulated environment. You also require to have certain background knowledge to achieve this skill. You need to know the normal wound healing process and the factors which affects wound healing. You need to elicit, document and present a history in a patient who is present with a wound. You need to differentiate the various types of wounds. You need to plan the management and you have to observe the management of the wounds. You also need to discuss certain medico-legal aspects of a wound. You need to have some knowledge about different suture materials, the advantages, disadvantages, and selection of an appropriate suture material for a particular type of wound. Wound cleaning and administration of local anesthesia also needs to be known by the undergraduate student. To teach these skill, we have certain teaching learning methods, and we will be using the DOPE session where the demonstration of the skill will be done by the video. The students need to observe the video during their clinical rotation in phase 2. The students will be assisted by the faculty in the skills lab during the clinical rotation in phase 2, and at the end of the 4 weeks of clinical rotation in phase 2, the student will perform the skill in the simulated environment in the skills lab. This is the skills lab which we will be establishing for the basic suturing, and these are the instruments which will be required at the skills lab. You need to have a suturing task training model. You need to have appropriate suture material like a 3-0 or a 4-0 nylon, silk or a polypropylene with atraumatic reverse cutting needle. The instruments which are required are a thumb forceps, a needle holder and a scissor. We will now demonstrate the simple suturing skill. Load the needle between the apex of its curvature and 2/3 of the needle holder. Straighten out the suture. Gently lift the skin with the forceps. Pierce the skin surface with the needle perpendicular to the skin. Supinate your wrist so that the needle passes through the dermis and rises out of the middle of the wound. Regrasp the needle and lift it out of the wound. Use your forceps to hold the needle while you reload your needle holder. Lift the opposing skin edge with your forceps. Use the curvature of the needle and supinate your wrist to move the needle through the skin. There should be equal needle bites of depth and distance from the wound edge. Pull the suture through so there is approximately 3 cm of length on the opposing side. Loop the suture away from you around the needle holder twice to take a knot. Grasp the suture end with your needle holder. Pull the needle holder towards you and push your non-dominant hand away to lay the first knot. Loop the suture back towards you around the needle holder once. Grab the suture end with your needle holder. Push the needle holder away from you and bring your non-dominant hand towards you to lay the second knot. Loop the suture away from you around the needle holder once again to take the third knot. Pull the needle holder towards you and push your non-dominant hand away to lay this final knot. Now pull the knot to one side of the wound. Trim the suture ends to 5 to 6 mm in length. You have to repeat the process until the wound closure is achieved satisfactorily. This is the final knot which you're going to take to close the wound. For the assessment of the skill, we will be using the above checklist at the end of the clinical rotation in phase 2, and these are the steps which we will be observing, and we have to write whether it has been correct or not correct. The student needs to explain to the patient or the relatives regarding the need of procedure and record the informed consent taken. They need to clean the wound and surrounding with appropriate antiseptic solution and maintain asepsis during the procedure. Local or general anesthesia has to be given, tested or confirmed. They need to hold the tooth forceps with non-dominant hand to grab the skin edges. If necessary, debride the edges to make it clean. Hold the needle holder in the dominant hand by partially inserting the thumb and ring fingers into the loops of the handle. The needle is grasped at its center or 50 to 60% back from the pointed end. The needle grasped is 1 to 2 mm from the tip of the needle holder. The rest are all the techniques which have been observed by the assessor and marked accordingly. At the end of the suture, the wound is cleaned. Local antibiotic ointment or cream is applied and a proper dressing is given. Lastly, the patient needs to be explained about the post-operative care. And this is how we will be assessing the simple suturing as a surgical skill for the undergraduate students.